So my name's Matthew Hartman. I'm with Muse Games. We developed Guns of Icarus Alliance, which we're showing off right behind us, all that excitement that's happening. It's an airship steampunk game, so 4 people are controlling an airship, 1 guy's piloting, the other 3 running guns, engines, basically making sure the ship works and does damage. We've been out on Steam for 3.5 years in our PvP mode, but this alliance is PvE, so instead of fighting those death matches, you're fighting an AI director that's sending planes, ships, giant bosses against you as you try to complete objectives. So you're destroying bases, you're wiping out convoys, basically doing a bunch of exciting things that is constantly changing as the AI director ramps up difficulty or lowers it depending on how you're doing. And the reason we wanted to add that AI director is that ability to repeat missions is you're fighting all this for faction warfare. So imagine MMO Risk. Every player's actions are contributing to this. The points you earn game are going into whether you're attacking or defending a territory. And we actually did for open alpha in this faction warfare, we got to see giant reactions from the players. So 12,000 people in a week came in to check us out. One faction did a massive battle, took almost the entire field, and then an alliance, we didn't even have chat features for this in the background. They went on forums, they went in Skype groups, and they made a secret alliance, fought this faction back, and then betrayed them, kind of thing.
I'll give you guys my card as well.
So how many people can play at the same time?
So you can do 1 to 4 ships, so that's 4 to 16 people. If you want to, in alliance mode, you can do just a single ship with just 1 person in AI, which is something special that we get to add now, so people can have a little more freedom to learn by themselves.
So we were asking how many players can play all at the same time.
So normally you have 1 to 4 ships, so that's 4 to 16 players, since 4 people are per ship. But in alliance mode, what you can do is you can have 1 person with just running it by themselves with just AI, which is something new and exciting, because then people can say, oh, you know what, I want to play by myself, I want to try some new ideas, do little goofy things without the stress of other people there. Though it's important to note, we go through each report by hand for PvP, and that's like 100 to 200 a week. I mean, that's a pretty respectable number. But for the PvE open alpha we did, so we had another week, it was with PvE content, we had only 4 reports. So when people are not fighting each other, tend to be a bit nicer.
Now, is it all on a server run by you guys, or is it?
Yeah. We host the servers through SoftLayer. We've got servers in the U.S., Australia now, I think is the latest one, UK, and some in Asia. So we're all around.
The max amount of players on the server? You mentioned 12,000 at one point? Or?
Oh yeah, so we had 12,000 players sign on at the week. Luckily, one of the things that SoftLayer does is we can ramp up and down the number of servers. So if we're expecting a lot, or we have a sudden explosion like some YouTuber or event happened that we didn't know about, in about an hour we can add in more server space, kind of thing.
Excellent. So you're released on Steam currently?
Yeah, so we're already out for Guns of Icarus Online on Steam, and then we have the pre-order out for Alliance Mode, which is what's right behind me right here.
Okay. And the release of the Alliance Mode?
We're looking at January. In October, we're going to be having the open beta, so we plan on it going really well. We got a lot of great feedback from Alpha, but we have a couple more ideas we want to try, and then in January we're doing a release.
Any cost to the open beta, or is it?
So if you own the base game, you can try out the open beta, see if it's for you, and give us your feedback, kind of thing. Even if you weren't into it, you'd be like, well, here's why I wasn't into it, or here's what I'd love to see more of, and we can do a lot with that.
Can you still play the base game after the Alliance Mode release without being involved in it? Or?
Yeah. So the way it's going to work is if you have the base game now, you can pre-order Alliance for a lower price, or you can upgrade later for a lower price. But after we release, anyone who buys Guns of Icarus is going to have Alliance and the base game for a higher price. But that way, because we didn't want to split the community, we wanted everyone to have everything at the word go, kind of thing.
So with the gameplay, how involved does a player have to be to enjoy the game? Can it be something a casual player can just pick up and pop in for an hour or two, or is it something that the player would want to spend hours upon hours upon hours every day or every week to play?
We definitely have players in both ends of the spectrum. The thing that Alliance is great for is definitely the casual end, because you can have it versus the AI. You can say, hey, I just want to play novice difficulty. I want to do a couple games by myself or with just a few people, and no problem. I mean, From a PvP perspective, though, we definitely have people who are on the other end of the spectrum that are just vets of now 10,000 matches. They've given us, one of them has given us a dissertation of 11,000 words of feedback from that open alpha, because they're just so passionate about the game. It wasn't, we hate you. It was, I love you so much and I want you to succeed. So here's everything I like, dislike, and want to improve on.
Wow. So again, like fan of the game, obviously. With, I forgot what I was going to ask now. What's the variety like on the ships and stuff like that? Like when I tried it, I was on one ship and we won, which was great. Is there a huge variety of different ships that are played?
Yeah, so in PvP we currently have 7 ships. With Alliance mode, we're looking at expanding that with another 7, so 13 ships in total. And ships can range from the Squid, which is 3 guns, very lightly armored, but super fast, to the hulking galleon, which has 6 guns on it, 4 of which are heavy weapons, and just is tanky and bulky and a lot of fun kind of thing. We have ships in between all those things because we wanted to hit every little niche. So we want players to be attached to their ships, not only just the setup that the captain chooses, but that the name means something to them when they call it the Songbird or whatever, that they're like, yeah, no, this is my ship because it does this with these weapons and this kind of style.
Perfect. And what's the current cost on Steam that you're planning for?
So the base game right now is $10, and the expansion is $15 for the pre-order. When we release, we're looking at like a $25 mark for all of it together.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.